So, hello everyone. Today is October 27th, 28th. Anyhow, we came up here, Dad and I, for the weekend and spent the night last night and had, of course, our fried chicken dinner. And we just sat and watched the deer again, which are right here, piled up at the end of the road all night. And then we had some unexpected visitors, which were hogs, and they came out and tried to chew up the grounds, which they can do tremendous damage, but it's a little off the wall because the ground's nothing but clay. Anyhow, it was overcast all day today, and my buddy Gaines came up, and he was here about 6 o'clock this morning, and from there we left well before daylight and went and got in the stand across the road at the condo. Sat there till about, I don't know, 9:30. Didn't see a single deer, didn't see a hog, didn't see anything. Dad, on the other hand, sat at the ground blind and he saw 5. So one was a little spike buck. Anyhow, nothing worth shooting, so he let him go. We all regrouped. Gaines had to go. I think his cousin or sister-in-law is having a baby. So he took off, and Dad and I took off, went and got breakfast. And then after breakfast, we came back, and it's been chilly. It's in the 50s, but it's been overcast and windy, so a little bit of a wind chill as well. Got a fire going. It's been kind of sitting around all day doing nothing. When Dad finally left around 2, I guess. So I put out a bunch of corn, which is all down the road right here. And then I came out here and put a ton of corn where Marty and I usually put the corn so we can watch the deer feed from the porch of the cabin, which is all right here. Of course, I've got this black and white, so I know you can't see it, but this is all corn. And last night, while we were sitting here watching the deer, I kept seeing something white running around. And I thought maybe it was a big raccoon or something, but then I heard this hellacious noise, it wasn't a screech owl, but I figured out it was probably a hog. Had realized that we were sitting there at the cabin watching it, and it took off through the woods right here, screaming. So today, after hunting, we came out and it was daylight. I'm walking around and I see where hogs have actually been right here rooting while we were either sleeping or hunting. So let me switch this to color. Okay, much better. So as you can see, all the corn maybe on the ground, all the way to the road that goes in right here. All this is corn. So I just decided to walk down the road here and look at this brave hogs that have come out here and we're rooting. There's the cabin, and here's where the hogs were. Digging, 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 rooting, rooting, rooting. Come on this side of the road. Got the grass all dug up. And then on the side of the road, all right here. So the hogs are getting brave. I'm not digging too deep because, like I said, it's mostly clay. So I guess they're not finding what they're looking for. And they are leaving. So tonight, it's just me by myself. Dad's gone. Parker's at Aiden's house. And I'm going to sit on the porch with the rifle and see exactly what I can see. Wish I had spotlights out here. Eventually I want to bring a spotlight to somewhere right in here to light all this up, so when the deer feed I can watch them. And hogs now. They also went out and rooted up going towards the gate. So, anyhow, that's not good, especially as much time we've put in keeping the grass in the yard nice. So anyhow, that's been the extent of my day. My girl, oh, I miss her. She's in training in Teresina. I think she's on day 3 or 4 now. So Madi, when you see this, just remember I love you. And something to talk about when you get here for good. So anyhow, I've got a fire going on the front porch. I got some New York strips that I got from Harris Teeter that I'm going to throw one on the grill tonight. I have a baked potato actually in the fire that's going on the front porch now because I didn't have any saran wrap, because I finally brought a microwave up here so I could cook a potato or whatever we need to heat up in the microwave. But I realized that I don't have any saran wrap to wrap the potato to cook it. So I did it old Boy Scout way. I wrapped it in foil and stuck it in the fire. So there's my potato. I'm hoping it cooks. It's a big old potato. And I'm watching some college football. Georgia, either Georgia Tech. And I got the grill ready to go. Grill up that New York strip. And I'm not really sure what time it is, but the deer will be coming out soon. And I'll watch them till I get tired. It's going to be cold tonight. I think it's going to be down in the 40s. So I already got the heater going. Cabin's nice and toasty. And I am going to sleep well. Take care, my friends. I'll bring you another one here in a minute. Okay, so we've already done a tour of where the hogs ate everything and where I've got the corn, and I showed you where I was cooking my potato in the fire, which it is ready, and it's just sitting off to the side now, staying nice and warm. Look how massive that potato is. Ooh, and I even brought butter. I have butter up here. The only thing I wish I had had is sour cream. That would have been amazing. So it's about 5 now. The sun has gone back in. It was just bright as can be all out there just a few minutes ago. And it was like, maybe a wonderful end to the day. But the clouds have moved back in. Blue sky over there. But these clouds, I just don't get it. Weatherman was really wrong this go around. So with that being said, in my boredom, here I am making videos. I'm timing everything. I got 2 hours before it gets dark. And I want to take a shower, but I want this wind to lie down, because I'm going to take a shower in my outdoor shower thingy that I built for Madi, actually, that is way too tall for her, because when I built it we hadn't met yet and I didn't really realize how short she was. But this is me standing underneath it, and I still have all of this almost as high as I can reach a shower, so it's got to come down to here to hit Madi. I got one of those water saver shower heads, so by the time it gets to her it's probably cold again, but it is hot and cold water, and you can take a really nice hot shower out here. It steams. It's so warm, especially with the cool air around, but it's nice to take a shower out here in the open. And since I'm by myself, guess who won't be wearing any clothes? Grill is going. I am going to get a thing full of coals red hot. And then I am going to take this baby right here and put it on that grill. And this thing is seasoned already with some kosher salt. It's about 3/4 of an inch thick. And it's going to be on. Anyhow, by the time I finish dinner, I think I might just have enough daylight to take me a nice warm shower and relax for the evening. The smoke alarm, I took it off the wall and beat it in my hand and put it back up, and it hasn't gone off since. So obviously it's malfunctioning. I guess I could take it off the wall and bring it out here and stick it in this smoke, or either the smoke on the fireplace to see if it works. But I hadn't had a battery in it since last year, so hey, safety first. Anyhow, I'll be cooking that fat New York strip here soon. Bring it to you. Okay, briefly, I've got some butter sitting right here on the fireplace warming up because it's been in the refrigerator and it's a little bit hard. Baked potato is ready. Steak ready. Grill getting ready to be ready. And I'm ready. Nice New York strip going on the grill right now. Salted kosher salt, and watching to see if I see any deer out there, because it's funny, just telling stories since I'm bored out of my mind. The deer, if they don't feel comfortable coming out on the road out here, then they will sneak around. They will sneak this way and then come around through the woods. And for some reason they come back here. And I used to put corn back here. So if I would spook them over there, they would come back here. So if I was sitting on the porch and walked out here to the sink, they'd be standing right there. And then they would run off and sneak back around and come out down the road again. Which I thought was pretty funny. Anyhow, steak is on the grill. I'll bring it to you. Okay, I'm getting ready to take this potato out of the fire, which I just got it sitting right there in the corner, staying nice and warm. So let's see what this thing looks like. I'm going to show you how to cook. This is old school cooking here for you people that haven't cooked on a fire before, or even just flat out cooked a meal in a fire. So let's see what we got here. So potato, hot, can't touch it. Now I took the potato and put it in the sink here and scrubbed it real good, and then I coated it with kosher salt and then wrapped it. So what you'll see here is all this dried salt. I don't know if you can see it. Just crusted old salt. And the potato has been somewhat seasoned. And look, not even burnt. Just sitting in the fire the whole time. In the coals. So with that being said, I'm going to stick this right here and get rid of this. Just throw it in there for now. So there's my baked potato and my steak. grill marks, definitely. I'm gonna go a couple more minutes. Anyhow, when this is done, I'm going to plate it. I'm gonna go butter my baked potato right now, and hopefully it's getting deer time, so they'll be sneaking out right here and standing right out there on the road. See ya. Okay, so it's getting dark quick, but I don't know if it's because of the clouds or what the deal is. But I just talked to you a few minutes ago, so here's the steak. Just about ready. My potato is buttered and light and flaky and all done, nice and warm and salted. And I wanted to show you that I've gotten my 22 out along with my 12 gauge. I'm going to take this 22, which is sighted in to the T, and I'll be able to reach out and touch something, namely a hog, if that's what's out there, if I catch them tonight, because it's going to be quiet. There's nobody up here to nobody up here to talk to, so if anything, I would think it would be more inviting or quiet enough for the hogs to come back out. And I wanted to mention, how you like this hair? It hasn't been washed since yesterday, and it looks like a chicken roosted on top of my head. It's so flat, so I can't wait to take a shower. Anyhow, 2 more minutes on the New York strip, and we're going to plate it. Actually, you know what? I think it's actually ready. I think we might be good to go. I can feel that the next video you see will be the deer. All right, ribeye off the grill, on the plate. Now, these plates are small, so this meal looks huge. But anyhow, New York strip, big baked potato. I'm getting ready to throw down, so talk to you in a bit. Okay, so dinner was absolutely fabulous. The sun came back out with a blue sky, and you can see the sun starting to go down, hitting the tops of the trees. Anyhow, beautiful, beautiful. I'm just waiting for the deer to come out. So with that being said, I chilled out for a little bit after I ate, and then I managed to strip down. Of course, no, I wasn't going to catch any of that, but I managed to take me a shower before it got dark. So I need to get inside and get this hair dried off a little bit more. But here's my shower, hot steaming shower. It's 64 degrees out, and I took such a hot shower that I actually feel comfortable just standing here, which is amazing. So I'm just running it to show you what it looks like. Anyhow, that's my shower. It gets super hot if you want it to. So now I'm going to go inside and dress up, get nice and comfy, and get ready for this rest of this football game and sit around this fire, because I got this fire rolling now. Oh yeah. Throwing out good heat. Anyhow, I'm going to watch the sun clear the trees, and I might even fix me a bourbon and coke. So bring that one at you. Okay, so now I'm dressed, and I needed to shave, but you know what? I'm in the country, so I'm not going to bother. So I thought one thing I haven't done ever on video is to do a tour of the cabin. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, easy peasy, okay? This is the kitchenette. All it is a little countertop. Here's all the switches for everything outside, and then this is the light switch for inside. We have our coffee maker, little refrigerator, the new microwave, or not new, but the microwave I brought up here. And then we have one set of cabinets right here that basically has stuff to get by with. Coffee creamer, oils, seasonings, soups when I cook in the crock pot that I have up here, and I keep it up here. So whatever I cook, got grits and flour and all kinds of good stuff. And then there's some cabinets down here that I keep everything in, especially a lot of canned goods. So beans, coffee, stuff like that. And this is that. Now this, excuse the mess because I just skimmed down and took a shower, is the small bathroom. Didn't want to close this wall in right here because it would square off this whole area and make the place look even smaller. So we did a half wall vanity. I have a shower here that's hot and cold running water. Toilet, which we don't have a septic yet, but you can brush your teeth and wash if it's freezing cold. And we tile it just to kind of keep everything from getting wet. Then here's our little storage area for everything hunting. Hand warmers, bullets, radios, you name it. It's all right here. Flashlights. And then here is the little bunk area. My bunk, Dad's bunk. Or we have another bunk underneath that we lay this way. We sleep a third person, or even maybe in a fourth person. We have the TV. And then we have two cabinets that has blankets and all kinds of stuff. Here's all of our hunting coats, and of course a TV. And that is the extent of the cabin, which is perfect and it serves its purpose. So with that being said, I'm going to cut this light off and go outside, because I am now showered, clean, and ready for the evening. And every time I look, I'm looking for those deer, because it is time. The sun is still hitting the tops of the trees. So hopefully we'll see some deer before it gets dark, where you can't see them. Time out. Okay, so it looks like it's like really light out looking at this video, but it's not. This is the last of the sun for the day. So I'm lighting the place up. I got the spotlight on behind the cabin, lighting up the woods. I got the spotlight over here lighting up this side. Still no deer, which I don't understand. Anyhow, I'm getting ready to light up the woods on this side. So here we go, and it's that light, which is daylight white, and this is warm white. I hate daylight white, but anyhow, the spotlight was cheap. So, just talked to Mom. Been on the phone with her for 45 minutes. Nothing else to do. We had good conversation. Talked about a parade or something that went through the neighborhood. We talked about birds. We talked about the pigs up here. We talked about Dad. We talked about a lot. At any rate, there's my little cabin, my home away from home, and that's where I'm going to sleep tonight. So with that being said, if I see some deer, I'll bring them to you. Okay, so as soon as I finished with that video, and I came and sat down, guess who comes out? Of course, it's right at dark where you can't see him. But there's a deer standing right there. And you can't see it. And he's still standing there. they'll all be standing there here soon. So with that being said, I guess I'll catch you in the morning because nothing else is going to show up with it being dark. So sleep tight, everyone. Ciao. Okay. Big deer. Can't see him, but big deer walking across the front yard. I think that's that buck that was there this morning. He's a big boy. He's stepping into the light now, so look right here. Just out of reach of the light, which sucks, because this bad boy is a big deer. Yeah, there's two of them. I can see them. You can't see them on video. But they're hanging out together. Anyhow, later. Okay. Now, this is interesting. And it's a first. Whew. So, I just got bored and I installed these new LED lights across the porch here. And of course they change colors and all that crap, and I have a remote. So I'm sitting here and I just happen to glance out where all the deer corn is, and there's about 4 or 5 big yet low to the ground animals scurrying up the road going straight to the corn. Then I hear cracking in the woods right here by the cabin, and all of a sudden probably 10 hogs come out and cross over going to the corn. So now there's probably 15 hogs, not exaggerating, and they are huge. These are not little hogs. These are big 200-pounders or better maybe. So I kill these lights, and I had that 22, which I showed you earlier, and I had my shotgun. And I take the 22 and I get a hog or a group of them in the scope, and it's barely enough light from these spotlights where I can see them. And I half emptied the gun, and they scattered, running towards me across the field or the front yard, headed towards Wes's property. Single file, and I'm steady unloading on them with the 22. Crazy. So here, when I thought maybe all the deer are eating all the corn at night, it might be these hogs, plus the sign that I showed you earlier where they've been rooting, which is never seen them this close before. So I just heard something. I don't know what it was. It sounded like a flute. So anyhow, I've reloaded the 22, and I've loaded the shotgun with the buckshot, just in case they get stupid and come back. Anyhow, that was the story, and I'm sticking to it. I wish I could have caught it on video. You probably would have never seen it anyway, but I think I actually might have hit one because I hear something back in the woods towards Wes's property still crashing around. So I might have hit a hog and he might be dying, but at the same time he's not making a bit of squealing or anything, so I don't know. I'll go check in the morning. And yeah, here we go. Brought it to you. So there's 4 deer. 2 right here. And 2 behind them. Man, there's just deer all over this place. There's hogs all over the place. Watch over here by the spotlight. Now she's gonna sneak around here by me. I think they remember where I put the corn by that tree over there. Yeah, she's coming around by the tractor now. So there's now 5 deer. Oh, here goes another one across the field. other side of the tractor. Interesting. Okay, so good morning, Sunday morning. Stayed up here by myself again last night, which I'm sure you figured that out by now. Anyhow, I watched the sun come up. Or it's not quite up yet, but it's starting to come up. I don't know, it's probably about 7:30. So I grabbed a bucket of corn. Not a lot, but just went out there and put some more corn out because that buck likes to come out in the morning and feed. But I wanted to take a walk out on the road because I want to see if I can get a count of how many hogs came, if they came from the other side over to here. I'm assuming they did because that's where they came from across the road. I walked out there and looked all up and down. I didn't kill anything. Of course, I was shooting with a 22, but I know I hit a few. Had to have. Very interesting. So anyhow, I slept with the LED spotlight on. Kept waking up looking. Didn't see anything. But I'm going to walk out here to the road and see if I see where they crossed. Okay, so stand by. Alright, so fresh hog tracks. You can see them going this way down the road. That's just one set, or one hog. Some big deer tracks. Fresh. I tend to think that these hogs came out further up here, closer to the gate or beyond the gate. Alright. Big deer tracks here. Going on off in there. Alright, that's the hog track here. Big old deer track right there. So remember where I'm at, the cabin, back off in there. I heard something coming through these woods, cracking, which I had mentioned earlier in a video. Wasn't sure what it was, and all of a sudden, boom, the hogs came out. And then I started telling you about it. So here, these are deer tracks going to the corn. Deer tracks, gosh almighty. Deer tracks in the tire ruts going on over to here. Deer tracks here. Deer tracks running down the road here. Deer. Now the 5 or 6 hogs. God, this is a big deer track running down the road here. The hogs that caught my attention were coming up the driveway. I mean, just running straight up the driveway. So either they came from out of these woods over here and up the driveway, or they crossed the road. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find now. Stand by. I tell you, there's a lot of deer and a lot of tracks around here. Unbelievable. Plus Parker, I didn't mention this. Parker came to visit yesterday from Aiden's house. He rode four-wheeler up here. So he comes by and he's like, all right, Dad, well, I'm going to go ahead and go. So he leaves. Then he comes back, runs in the cabin, grabs my shotgun, drives out here on the road. And you can see right here where he's been doing his U-turns and driving and all that. And he cuts loose twice. So he comes back. I'm like, so what'd you get? He's like, there's a hog standing in the road. And he shot it, but little did he know I had birdshot in the gun. He thought it was buckshot, so he didn't get anything. It was funny. And here's the gate going into the other side. Last time, well, a couple, 3 weeks ago, drove by here coming out. There's a black hog standing right here in the road. Right here where it's black dirt right here. Unbelievable. Which doesn't surprise me. This place is loaded with hogs. They have or what I thought used to have a weird feeding pattern. Because the game cameras caught them usually 3, 4 in the morning. But last night we saw those hogs probably before 8. So it was kind of interesting. Okay, I think I actually found it. I walked right past it. So here's where I'm at. Here's a little bridge right here going to the cabin. And this is where I heard the noise in the woods. And here's all the tracks. Single file. Just a whole bunch of hogs. Came right on out. So they were feeding, my best guess, at the condo. When the feeder went off, went over there and ate all that corn up. Then stampeded over here, straight from the condo. Condo's straight over there, straight out there. Stampeded over here into these woods. Some went up and came up the driveway, and some went straight across the yard, around the pond, so to speak, and tackled the corn. Now, with that being said, there's tracks, singles here and there, but yeah, that's where they came out of. That's what I figured. It came from the condo, eating that corn, coming over here, running into that corn, and started throwing down with it. Wow, these ditches are all getting nice and clean. I've been spraying them, killing all the saplings and all in it. Yeah, look, these hogs are all in the ditches, rooting in the ditches now. You know, I don't really much care, but at the same time I do. I don't just don't want them tearing up the yard or getting destructive. Not that we have any crops around here, but I just don't want them getting destructive. So hogs Looks like they went right on through there. That's where they busted out and ran across the yard. Well, I lit a fire in their butt, so they might not be back. We'll find out. Okay, so I'm back on the porch. See if I see anything come out. Put more corn out this morning. And so, good morning to all. I hope everybody slept well. It's going to be a beautiful day today. I'm going to pack up, which is not much to pack up, I guess, but I'll pack up and go get Parker around noon. And then I'll head on back to the condo. Good old Charleston. And relax, because tomorrow we're back at work. So I'm going to sit here for a while and drink some coffee and see if the deer come out. And if they do, we'll catch them. I really need to shave. Anyhow, ciao. Okay, so the sun's up good now, but I had to put on a little heavier jacket because it's 52 degrees now, but the sun coming up. And I got my snake boots on just in case. I'm not taking a gun, but I do have my 9mm, and I'm gonna go out here and see if I see anything. Where I heard all that noise last night, that crashing around. It was in one area. Again, I didn't hear any hogs squealing or anything like that, but I heard something. And it was funny because those deer in the video, when it was dark, that were running across the yard right here, they came right through here, and I'm assuming they went up this trail right here. Maybe they were curious, maybe they wanted to check it out. I mean, I don't know, but that's where they went. So I thought that was kind of odd, because I'd never seen them, knowing I'm on the front porch, come swinging through here. Probably, 50, 60 steps from me. But anyhow, I'm going to walk down this trail here and see what I see. But I tell you what, I don't know what you call these things here. They're everywhere. It's like they're infested in here and they won't burn. Or when you burn them, they come back. But this place is starting to thin out a little bit. A lot thinner than what it used to be. And there's holly trees, holly trees, holly trees, holly trees. Holly tree, holly tree. They're everywhere. And I was talking to a guy I work with about the holly trees on Hampton Plantation. This place is loaded with holly trees back here, which is cool. But anyhow, you can see a lot of game trails in here now. I haven't walked through here in a long time. And I know there's deer laying back here. Man. There's a deer right there looking at us. See him? That's a buck. Going out to the corn. He's not running off. He's right there. That's pretty cool. That's that buck. dark bug. That's the closest I've been to him. Dad and them have seen him. Right, that's the one that was right next to the cabin. Anyhow, let's continue to do our scouting. It's funny how you start to hear things. Ooh, that's a big spider. So, I guess that buck might be laying back here. I'm just trying to see if I see a hog or something laying kind of right out here where I heard it. Crashing around. Yeah, we need to put some fire to this place. But I'm going to time out and get in these. There's that flute sound again. I don't know. Well, I don't see anything. Or hear anything other than Clark at his house. A lot of hog sign on this property line, man. This is where those hogs ran through here, going on the west's property. Excuse me, I'm assuming that's where they went. I don't know. Property line. Huh. Alright, let's head back to the cabin, take you on a walk. It's the trail. It cuts through. Dad and I cut this with the tractor years and years and years ago. He'd ride on the hood, clipping branches. See all these holly trees? They're just everywhere. Look at this big old holly. Beautiful. One over there, one right here. Mostly saplings, nothing big. Anyhow, we would bush hog as we drove through, cutting low limbs. Holly trees. Might dig one of these up, transplant it in the yard. Talk to Dad, see what he says. I think that buck is laying right out here, bedding down. I'm gonna ease out over here by the cabin again now. He might be on the road eating corn. Holly trees. tree, holly, no, wax myrtle. Okay, let's see if that buck's out on the road. Nope. I don't see him. But that's where I shot the hogs, all piled up out there at the corn. And a whole bunch of them ran right through here. And he went on into the woods, and back in here is where we just came from. That's where I heard all the crashing. I guess that was the same buck. Might not have been. Big deer. Which is what I've been seeing. Pretty woods though. This is where the hogs had it tore up. On this side. I can't get over how all this is just thinned out. I mean, it's been burned, but at the same time, these pines are getting more mature, and I think they're thinning one another out. Because there was a lot of dead saplings and just trees that just died out, and the bigger pines took over. So that buck was back in here that we just saw on video. Either he's crossed this road and gone on over into here, or he's laid back down right here somewhere. Boy, I tell you can tell where I sprayed the road like I did the ditches out front. All this is thinned out, died out, which is good. Both sides. Open this road right on up. All these crepe myrtles, or not crepe myrtles, maple trees and wax myrtles, I call them. So that stuff is wow, hogs. pretty back in here. Yeah, I don't know where that buck went. But this place is definitely maturing. Big mature pines. I know this video is getting boring, but it's a good story to tell. I was kind of hoping to see that deer again. He might still be laying right out here. Yeah, stand by. Okay, so we have scouted and looked around. I don't see any hogs, but probably next time I come up here, I'll look for buzzards. If I see buzzards, then I know that there's a hog laying somewhere. So one thing I failed to mention, which is probably the most important thing of anything in this video, is the fact that 1 week ago today, not quite this time, but on this day, baby Aiden was born. So you are 1 week old, and I hope one day you can look back at this video and remember me being a younger grandfather and look back at our time that we'll spend up here at the farm. Who knows what the future's going to bring as far as being close together, as far as living. I'm really hoping that one day your mom and Alex and Dad, your dad and mom, move back here to Charleston. You know, wishful thinking. Of course, I can't be selfish, but I would just love that. But we could spend time at the farm. And who knows, I might even be living up here one day. So, I guess you could say happy birthday. 1 week today. I love all of you, so I'm just so proud and glad and happy to be a grandfather. I know in the past it was like God being a grandfather. I'm not ready to be a granddaddy or a papa or whatever, but I'm going to tell you what, the day you came and even before, I was really super excited. So good things. Happy birthday, baby Aiden, and I love you. So while we're at it, documenting history on this video, I guess I want to mention Marty, because as I sit here in 2018, baby Aiden was just born last weekend. Marty and I, Marty's still in Brazil. We have, we don't know how much longer to go. That's just it. Being optimistic, I think we have not much longer to go. Customs sent me a letter 2 Fridays ago, maybe even 3 now, saying that they needed more information, or more evidence as they call it, which out of everything that I submitted, the entire book, they only needed 3 things, which was easy peasy. Went and got all the documents I needed, and one document I actually went a step above and beyond just to be on the safe side, and had it sent off to a company to have it officially translated and certified into English, and then had it sent back to me. So I sent the 3 pieces of evidence off to the USCIS, And I think should be it. They look at it and say, okay, there's the 3 pieces of additional evidence we need, and from what I gather and read, I will be notified by mail. But this isn't just a thumbs up, okay, everything's fine. It's notified by mail that Madi will have to go to her interview in Rio at the American consulate and do her interview there. I don't know the timeline on that. That's the problem. It could be 2 weeks from now. It could be 2 months from now. Who knows? But then from there, we will get notification whether or not she's been granted her permanent green card to come to the United States. So, Madi, I love you. I cannot wait for you to get here. I want to spend the rest of my days in happiness up here at the farm, at the cabin, at Charleston, and traveling and showing you around, because I am truly grateful for you. And I look so forward to the rest of our lives together. So that's where we are with Madi. So stay tuned and we will see where we are. So Parker and I decided that Parker's going to show me where he killed his buck that he killed last weekend. So last weekend? Weekend before last. Weekend before last, off the Willahall Road. So we're just going to take the dirt roads all the way home. And Parker's driving. Say hey, Parker. So now we're just going through the forest on the way home. See, they need to cut these roads. A moment. What is it? A love sofa? You gotta be kidding me. Oh my God. That looks like the couch that was on Morris Island. I found the couch that was on Morris Island. Wow. Okay, stop number 1. I don't see that dog box anymore. Remember that box? Huh. Continue on, James. We just saw a turkey in the road. right around here somewhere, Bubba. Gone. So we're gonna go check out the duck pond where Parker and I hunted last duck season, the one time.
It's wet, baby.
The pond's full too. It's a good place just to sit right there. This is where I jumped those mallards up. Over there. Went on to Parker. Pow, pow. Man, I've waded all through this pond. Yeah. It's about waist deep at certain points. But you can follow this thing and it breaks through to the pond where you were at. And then you can go this way. Just follow it right on up. You see the wood duck coming in? That ain't no damn wood duck. I think it's called a kingfisher. Fishing.
Huh?
Fishing, Bubba, fishing. Anyhow, here comes somebody rocking and rolling, thumping through the woods. So we're going back to where Parker shot his buck. And this is evidently a creek that runs through the middle of this road here. Yeah, wow. So it's washed out.
Too deep for us right now.
I wouldn't doubt it, dude. Sand, at least it's sandy. And not muddy.
It's a little muddy.
Mm-hmm. Do I? Oh, that's good. So this is where you took the wrong turn? Went back in the wrong field, I guess. So we have arrived at Parker's field where he smoked his buck. Shoot. A lot of deer tracks out here, huh? Coyotes, moles. This must be the spot. Huh? Nice tracks. Really?
Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
So, you see how I was walking on the edge of the tree right now?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I did. And I set my gun. I think it was on that pine tree.
Okay.
And I walked over here. Sat down. And right here.
Okay.
And then the doe, I heard something. There's a road right there. She was running down that road. Or not, she was kind of running along with the road.
Mm-hmm.
She stopped about right there. She looked at me. We had to turn around. And when she looked at me, I went to go run and get my gun.
Right.
But it was too far. So then, as soon as I turn around, about 2 seconds later, I hear something crashing through the woods. So I look over my shoulder, and the buck is standing between, see the oak tree and the pine tree?
Mm-hmm.
Standing right in there, coming right towards me. And he stops from about me to that pine tree,
Mm-hmm.
and slams on brakes, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and I run to get the gun. I got the gun. I think it was a tree. Yeah, I was leaning on this tree. And I tripped, and I was shooting over that hill.
Wow. And still managed to kill it.
The shows are somewhere.
Well, I'm sure it's around here somewhere if something didn't get it and carry it off. But that's a hell of a kill simply because of you had to scramble to get your gun. There's some pretty woods out there though. Nice and open right there. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, good for him. Deer's at the taxidermist. We're gonna get it mounted in 6-8 months, I guess it'll be ready. Right? Amazing.
And this road is where all my scrapes are.
Hmm.